So this is officially my first podcast. So I wanted to do it with someone very special. So I want to introduce you to Mohammed Al Jabri. He is an actual Emirati. That means from the United Arab Emirates. So I thought it's a very serious topic, cycles of Dubai real estate, right? So let's hear it from the horse's mouth. A small introduction. So he has been running, he's into business consultancy, means opening up businesses. He's opened up over maybe hundreds of licenses, set up businesses for multiple investors for over 12 years. And recently he got into the real estate sector. So he's the owner and managing partner of United Hills Real Estate. Now, apart from this, personally, about Mohammed Al Jabri, I call him as a friend, I call him Hamoudi. Now,
You can just say Muhammad. You don't have to go into full
okay,
name,
no
but
more details. Okay, Mohammed. Now, Mohammed, one very special thing about him is that, and this is something everyone should know about Emiratis. He speaks multiple languages. Of course, he's traveled across the world, right? He speaks multiple languages. So he speaks my local, like he would speak Hindi, Malayalam, Tamil. Now, we were just speaking to somebody from Sri Lanka. He was speaking Sri Lankan. So it's unbelievable. I don't know how many languages he knows, but let's get into
basic, not too much.
So we'll straight jump into the questions. But before I get into the cycles of real estate, why did you get into real estate?
Well, we've had this business consultancy and setup for about 12 years now, almost, I think. No, we're going on 13 now. So a majority of our clients, I mean, since we've opened up like about maybe 300 to 400 licenses almost,
Right.
set up their businesses from A to Z, foreign investors, people in the UAE itself. We got into, I mean, it just started with our own clientele. We just, if they had any inquiry when it came to real estate, we'd then facilitate, just help them, get them whatever they needed. Over time, it came to a point where like I noticed there's a bit of a niche where you can say that there's not much consultants,
True.
but
Absolutely.
more brokers. Why I'm saying this is in the sense like I've noticed a lot of these brokers in this day and age are all new.
Oh, that's true.
They don't know Dubai
Yes.
inside out like how we know it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So to them, it's just about, no disrespect to them, but it's all about,
Good
just
deal.
selling it as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
However, for us, it's more of explaining when it comes to what exactly our client wants.
Understood.
So as I noticed that there was this niche that, okay, fine, there's not many consultants when it comes to it. I mean, they are. I'm not saying no. But we decided to open up our own firm.
In case I want help with even the tax situation, how to minimize, like let's say I have a client from the Europe and he wants to figure out how to pay minimal taxes. You can help in that aspect as well.
I mean, we have registered tax auditing firms
Oh, excellent. Okay.
that we work with.
Okay.
And I mean, the only thing we can do is just refer them to them. I mean,
Okay.
we don't have any expertise in our firm
Understood.
for when it comes to trying to minimize as much as we can on tax. So there are other firms.
Okay.
We'd refer you to them.
See, now this is what I love about some people that I work with. Honesty. That's all. See, even the investor, he doesn't expect me to be like 100% all around, know everything. But at least be honest about it and guide us to the right source.
Either we know it or we don't know it.
And it's
Very
fine.
simple.
So today's topic is about cycles of Dubai real estate. So
We've had many cycles, to be honest. Good ones. All good.
Because a lot of people are like, okay, see, there was 2004, 2009, 2013, 2016, now it's 2020. Will there be another sort of downward? So this is the major concern. We'll get into that. But before, one last question before we get into the cycles. Before 2002 and 2004, what was it like life from an Emirati's point of view,
Well, it was a lot cheaper, that's one. It was a lot easier as well.
Okay.
Things were very simple. Dubai was very small.
Okay.
Wasn't like how it is now.
Okay.
I mean, it was, I wouldn't say small in the sense like there were just a few areas. Compared to now, you have like, it's like gone up by 1,000 times. It's not going to get smaller or stay the same.
Of
No
course,
way.
of course, of course.
It was just the beginning. You can say where Burj Khalifa is right now, downtown it is. You could say that Dubai went till maximum, I would say, let's say for example, Medina Jumeirah. That was where Dubai would go until. Like people would go there and whatever, and you had people living in Barsha, normal Emiratis living in Barsha, Emiratis living here. And whenever people wanted to go to a resort, they'd go to Mina Siyahi, for example.
I mean, yes, yeah, yes, I
At
remember.
that time,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, I remember that.
I mean,
yeah,
people
yeah.
would go there
Yeah.
if they wanted to go for a resort.
Yeah.
And now if somebody wants to go to a resort, they have to go to somewhere either,
No, so many resorts.
I mean, so many.
Now
But they're
there's-
all a bit, like you can see that everything is spread out now.
Yes, yes.
You know,
yes.
so I'm only predicting that over time it's going to even continue going.
So
more.
there's this concept, all Emiratis are like these super rich billionaires, like that's it. You're born and that's it. You're born in Bugattis and, golden palaces and
I mean, we have super rich, medium in every nationality, in every culture.
Because I want to show the hardworking, because I know how hardworking how knowledgeable they are. Because I used to do this trick. So I was into corporate relocation a little bit for some time, right? So we had contracts like with Microsoft and Raytheon and all that. So there was this driver's license. Let's say there's a client from US. You just pay a certain amount and you can change your driver's license. So
Correct.
the RTA, I had a very good friend, again, Emirati, right? So every time a client used to come, the first interaction, Emirati is scared, right? They have this fear, right? And then he used to be like, he used to speak to me in Arabic something. Not that I understood Arabic fully, but he used to just play and then the guy used to get scared. And I used to be like, oh, did you meet with an accident or something in your country? He's like, no. And then in the end, we just broke out in laughter. And we were just joking. I just want to introduce you to your first interaction with an Emirati. And then they started talking and they were so smart. And the Microsoft people are like, oh, I didn't know Emiratis are so educated, so hardworking. And it's amazing,
I mean, we have to thank the visionary leadership here.
Absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
They did reiterate many times
Yes.
that, I mean, they put a lot of focus into the educational system here.
Okay.
My family believes as well in private education as well.
Okay.
I mean, not a lot of people had private education in the back in the days. Some
Okay.
people did, some people didn't. But
Okay.
now, mashallah, it has gone more into private education.
Some of the most educated people that I've met were actually Emiratis, doctors, and they're always, mostly they study from London, most of them from London.
Correct.
And but these are things that people don't know, it's amazing. Okay, so we got that part. Now, 2002 to 2004, how was it for you? Like that initial, the offices were full, people were like coming in, there was money everywhere. So how was it for
Mind
you?
you, I was still in school at that time, but I mean, it was different. I was still in school.
Okay.
I mean, I graduated in 2005.
Okay.
So at that time, it was, I was there at that, I was still a teenager at that time, I remember. And things were very, very hot.
Okay.
Imar just came out with their launches. Nakhil at the same time came out with their launches.
Right.
I do remember the prices until now.
What are the prices?
For what example? Like,
Okay,
what?
Imar-
Palm Jumeirah? No, I would say Palm Jumeirah. For
Okay.
example, Palm Jumeirah, I do remember the signature villas was about, I think, 2.8, I believe.
That's it?
Yeah, 2.8
2.8 million?
I remember, yeah. It was around that.
I remember my dad was offered in Emirates Hills, Meadows, a villa for 400,000.
Yes, that was in, that was not Meadows. I believe that was Springs. I
No,
think.
Meadows.
It was Meadows.
Meadows.
Yeah. Okay, Meadows.
Meadows. I still remember there, I was also in school. And I'm sorry to say this, my dad didn't have we were investing a lot in Indian real estate. And when we were offered this, we were also like, in this desert, who will buy 400,000? Why should 400,000? 400,000, 4-bed villa in Meadows.
I know a banker in those days that
Right.
took out a mortgage of 4 million and bought 10 of those villas. And until now, mashallah, she still has them,
Right.
gets her rent from it. She's totally settled.
Wow.
I mean, she retired a long time ago.
So anything that you'd like to point out during that bullish market, like see, because
I mean, there was a lot of skepticism.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
You know, like end of the day, they were like you said, who's going to buy in the desert and so on and so on.
Right.
But as you can see, to where we have reached, where we have gone, where we
Correct.
have come now. And obviously, there's a lot of people that goes, I mean, we have a proven track record.
You know, this is a very important point because this was something that annoyed me a lot because, see, I was born and raised here. I love Dubai. You know, now where I come from, see, we have family all over the world. My sister lives in Australia. My cousins live in Canada. We've got family in US. But I love Dubai. I've expressed this in most of my videos. I love Dubai. And I'm very grateful to the government for allowing people like us to achieve our dreams. You know, like imagine, I mean, most of us came from zero, you know, and today, this person, for example, I don't know where the banker was from. Where was the banker from who bought these?
India.
And today, those 10 properties must be 40 million their asset
Probably
value,
around,
right?
yes,
Right.
correct. You're absolutely right.
So that's, see, from a banker who took a loan of 4 million, she became a tycoon with. And this is I don't know how many years ago, at 40 million. I don't know how much she must have expanded that further. So
How much is probably made in rental as well. Like,
so Dubai has always been questioned, okay, especially after that 2009 crash. I remember because, like, for example, before you were hosting the expo, people are like, oh, the market will crash. You know, there's always been questioned. But I think now we've come out strong. But before we get into that, so 2002, 2004, okay, we understood the spike. Dubai started real estate. There was so much hype and people were buying. 2009, the market crashed. So then how do you think that we recovered from that crash?
I mean, I think we've done extremely well from that time.
True.
Don't forget there was another one, but we'll come to that later on.
Okay.
Over time, let's say we were on recovery mode.
Okay.
It was going over time. It was increasing. I mean, 2010 came, 2011, 12, 13. Things were going up steadily.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say we did come back to it. I think at around 2016 or 15, I believe.
I think 2013, I had a great, 2013 was a fantastic year for me. It was amazing. But yeah, 2000. So this is a reason why we're getting into this is because there is speculation. Okay, the market is climbing. There will be a correction. So we are trying to, the idea of this video is to understand when that correction would potentially occur and how can you safeguard yourself from that correction. So there is 2002 to 2004, 2009, 2013, and towards a slight dip. And again, 2020 onwards has been a spike. So we're trying to assess how can investors safeguard themselves. Okay, what are the rules? See, because I believe in trading. Real estate, stocks, crypto, everything are fantastic products to make money. Real estate is probably one of those safer assets to invest.
The safest.
Yes. Safest because it's a tangible asset. Okay, so 2009, of course, we did a fantastic live. It's funny, I started my career in 2009.
MashaAllah, look at where you're at now.
Actually, in a funny way, in 2009, see, there was a market even then.
True.
Because there were people who had confidence in the market and they picked up a lot of stock and they made a lot of money, you know.
Definitely.
So in 2009, I was working with Hampton Zimar in the Dubai Marina office. I don't know if you've been there, you know, in the Dubai, next to Stefano's, you know, there was a beautiful office there. And every day there were clients walking in. And so for me, I was a fresher graduate. No, you won't believe. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but imagine a fresher graduate, okay? I was 21 years old. I was making 30, 40 grand a month. And for most Emaar agents, that was a bad value because they were so used to making
100, 80, I do know.
Right? And so for them, see, for me, the whole month's earnings was 34, rentals, sales, all of that, But for them, one deal was 100 grand. So that is why there were not many people interested. But for me, it was what's wrong with people, man? And so it was very interesting. 2013 to 2016, Dubai saw a spike. Any thoughts on that? Why we spiked?
I mean, I think it was because I think there was a lot more areas that came out at that time.
Okay.
I think there were more development companies that came out at that time.
A lot.
A lot.
Yes, yes.
And also I think because I mean, at that time, in 2009, JVC was not even there. I
Correct.
think.
Correct.
In that time, it wasn't
Oh,
there.
true. That's a good point. That's a very
JVC
good
was not
point.
there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Obviously, over time, I think 2013, no,
Yeah.
not 13, maybe 15 or 14.
Yeah.
That's when JVC was introduced.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So obviously, like you said, when you said
New
there was a
eras.
spike,
Yeah.
a lot more areas came out. JBT came out.
Correct.
JVC came out.
Correct.
Dubai Land was there from before, but there were so many others.
Like Falcon City and all that came
No,
out
Falcon City was there from a long time.
for a long
Yeah,
time.
it was there for like, I do remember it in 2009. 2008, I think it was still there.
JVC, Sports City,
Sports City was there
JVT,
as well. JVT, JVC. I mean, they were just plots of land.
Jumeirah Park.
Jumeirah Parks is also an old one. Jumeirah Parks is also an old one. But yeah, I think that a lot more areas came out. That's why you saw.
Actually, there was also in 2013. You guys introduced escrow accounts.
Oh yes.
So there was
That made it 10 times even more safer for the investor to be
Yes.
like, okay, fine, now I know.
I think there was a cleansing that happened then.
Correct.
Like all
The
the
2009 crisis.
there was a cleansing. Like all the, let's say there were a lot of people who had no intention to hand over.
Correct.
They all left the country. There's so many. That time we had a phase where so many developers were running away.
Yes, a lot of
Right.
developers. So obviously, to become a developer now, the rules are a lot harder.
A lot harder.
And when you actually want to start developing,
Right.
court comes into it.
Correct.
The Dubai government comes into it, where they set up an escrow account that's handled by Dubai court itself.
Right.
And I mean, obviously, we've put in a lot of safety measures,
Correct.
to safeguard their investment.
Then there was again, I think between 2016 and 2020. See, every time I saw that when the market was trying to reach a certain point, the speculators came in and they were like, oh no, because the expo is coming, the market's going to crash.
True.
Every country who has hosted an expo,
Has had a recession
because they
after.
invested so much into the infrastructure that they got into a certain amount of debt, and then the market slowed down
I think
after.
we're the only country that actually did well after it.
Actually,
Yeah, we're actually the only country that did well. I mean, a lot more. Yani. It was unexpected, but
Yeah.
still
it was amazing.